I'm here at Energylandia. It is the largest roller coaster amusement park outside of the US. It's got 19 roller coasters, making it joint second with Cedar Point for the most roller coasters in any park in the world. It's here at Energylandia in Poland. We've got a massive RMC to get on, Zadra. We've got the Hyperion here, and yeah, I'm in for a good day. So my name is Max Grindon, and this is Max G-Force. They're holding us before 10 o'clock, which is when the park opens. I'm going to head straight to Zadra, which is at the end of the park there, and hopefully get on straight away. And the park is now opened. Where is everyone heading? I don't know. Could they be heading to Zadra? I hope not, because that is where I am heading. We've got Hyperion back there. A lot of people head to Hyperion first, so I'm missing it. Hopefully I'm going to get a short wait on Zadra, which is apparently the best RMC in Europe. Look at that. That's definitely not copyrighted over there. Is that meant to be made from Cars? Blimey. Now that's the thing with Energylandia. It's only been open for 11 years, and they got a bunch of funding, and so they just expanded as quickly as possible, and they didn't really think about the theming, so it's a bit disjointed here at the front. But as you'll notice, as we get closer to Zadra, which is the more recent expansion, the theming definitely improves. And to get to Zadra, we have to go under a tunnel, under a main road. Yeah, this park is massive. It's about like a 10-15 minute walk just to get to the back of the park. And this is what I was talking about. We're in a proper theme land now. And look at Zadra. It's also really sunny. It's going to hit highs of 31 degrees today. I've just entered the Zadra queue line. This is apparently a massive queue line, but sometimes they open a special gate to shorten it. Oh, look at that. There she goes. God, it's dead. Hopefully, this is going to be the right thing to come to first. Zadra opened in 2019. It's got quite a mad history really, because during construction there was a massive storm and part of the structure actually collapsed. It's 206 feet tall. It could be regarded as the sister coaster to Iron Gwazi over in Busch Gardens, Tampa. They were built and designed at around the same time. They're about the same height, and they look quite similar, don't they? This was the world's first RMC to be built from the ground up. All of them prior to this have been conversions of old wooden roller coasters. But this was the first time where they decided to build it from scratch. And yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. I have just got off 2 rides on Zadra. It's not warmed up yet because it's the first rise of the day, and with coasters they really do warm up throughout the day, especially RMCs from my experience. So I definitely need to ride it a few more times today to give my final verdict on it, but it is amazing. What do I think of the restraints? So if you've watched my Coaster Mania vlogs and my Cedar Point vlogs, be sure to check them out if you haven't already. I ride the amazing Steel Vengeance, which is my favourite roller coaster in the world, and that is an RMC. And I mentioned in those vlogs that I found the restraints quite uncomfortable, especially the shin guards parts of the lap bars that press against your shins, and that was because on Steel Vengeance you get loads of air time where your shins are literally bashing into those pretty hard shin guards. I didn't find them that uncomfortable on Zadra. You don't get that much air time on Zadra. You do get some brilliant pops of it, but yeah, it's much more focused on twists and turns, and like on Steel Vengeance, this has some lovely floaty inversions as well. The stall is just fantastic, a proper zero-G stall there, where you really do feel like the train is sort of catching you as you're falling, like you're not getting hang time. It is true floaty, upside down, like airtime really. It's a really amazing sensation. So Zadra is well up there. It's probably definitely in my top 5 coasters I've ever ridden, but I'm sure it's going to increase in my rankings as the day goes on and it warms up. Well, I decided to go round on Zadra for a 3rd time. It might have been a little bit of a mistake because a queue had built up by then. I waited about 30 minutes for it. It was quite cool because I got to see the transfer track because they were adding a new train, as there was only one train at the start of the day. It's one of the best roller coasters I've ever been on. For me, I think it's quite a good idea to compare this to Iron Gwazi. Do I prefer Iron Gwazi over Zadra? I'm not sure. I'm going to have to go back to Florida and ride Iron Gwazi again, but maybe later in the day, when this has warmed up even more, maybe I'll prefer Zadra, but they're very close. I have to say, the brake run on Zadra is like the most forceful brakes I've ever experienced on a roller coaster. You come to a stop so fast, you're actually absolutely whacked in the abdomen. Yeah, if you've just eaten a massive meal on this, do not ride Zadra because that brake run is, yeah, it might not stay in, but you're completely whacked in the stomach. But anyway, Zadra is absolutely amazing, and after the first drop and as you're coming into the turnaround up here, you really feel the G-forces. I got a little bit of a grey out there. It's got a bit of force, this does, but yeah, the speed and the airtime as well, and the floaty inversions are just amazing. And I'm just about to ride Frida here. It is a junior Vekoma coaster. I'll let you know how it goes. I've just come off Frida there. I got on the front, which gave me a nice breeze with the wind. It's a really smooth ride. It's a good family coaster, and it's a 2-lap special as well. Okay, I've entered the Aqualantis section of the park now, and I'm going to ride Abyssus next, which is a Vekoma Shockwave, basically a Vekoma launch coaster. It's got 2 launches, this. It's got 4 inversions, and it opened in 2021. This looks to be a pretty fun coaster. Yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. I've just got off Abyssus, and that was brilliant. It was lovely and smooth, a nice bit of intensity, and you got some great airtime on it as well. The only thing with Abyssus and a lot of these more extreme Vekomas that have the vest restraints, they're obviously not as comfortable as they would be without the vest restraints, and I did feel they were a little bit restrictive. I mean, they're not that tight, but it does ruin those airtime moments just a little bit. One of the brilliant positives about this ride is it's a lovely long layout. Yeah, it's really worth the wait, this one. One of my favourite elements actually was coming out of that top hat and into the vertical loop. You've got a great bit of intensity there. Yeah, it's a nice flowy layout. It's lovely and smooth. I have to say as well that the operations on Abyssus were absolutely brilliant. They were smashing out those trains. Yeah, getting them out really fast. So it was a fast moving line to wait in, which is always good. I don't know where I'm going to head next. I think I might go on their shuttle coaster, which has that spike just there. Okay, I'm just heading over to do the Light Explorers, which is a Vekoma boomerang. It's like another family coaster, another kiddie coaster, but it's good to get those credits in. Yeah, 19 roller coasters for me to ride today. Am I going to get on all of them? I don't think so, but I'm here for 2 days, so yeah, I should hopefully get all those credits in. I've just come off Light Explorers, the Vekoma family boomerang, and once again, Vekoma have made another really smooth ride. It looks like all these newer Vekoma coasters are really smooth. You know, it stands in stark contrast to their old SLCs, which are like some of the most rough coasters out there. Yeah, another really smooth ride, and it's got some forces on there, so I wouldn't call this a kiddie coaster at all. It's definitely a family coaster, and yeah, it's good fun. I'm just heading into Choco Chip Creek, which is a Vekoma mine train coaster. It's got 3 lift hills, which is crazy. But yeah, it looks like I'm in for a long ride. I've just got off the Choco Chip mine train thing, and oh my god, that was way more intense than I was expecting. Wow, you really pull some G's at the bottom of those drops. I mean, yeah, it throws you from side to side a bit. It's not rough, I wouldn't say, because once again, this is another new generation Vekoma, so it's lovely and smooth. But yeah, it's way more intense than it looks. Definitely on the higher end of a family coaster for sure. Having said that, I was on the back row, so back row is always usually the most intense, and yeah, there was a lot of intensity on this ride, a lot more than I was expecting. And I have to say, the land that it's in, it's their newest themed land. It looks brilliant. The lovely colour reminds me of I think it's called Zeus Landing section of Universal Islands of Adventure. And that is one of my favourite theme parks. So yeah, it's a really lovely land. The one downside to this coaster is a big metal cage where they were meant to put some chocolate theming like that. But clearly they just must have run out of money and just given up, because it's just like a massive pointless cage, which is a little bit disappointing. But other than that, it's a really good family coaster, and I love the track as well. The track design looks great for a runaway mine train. Yeah, really good. I've just got off Draken here because I've just finished eating actually at the chicken place just through there. I had a really nice chicken wrap, so I thought I'd let the food go down on Draken and get that kiddie credit. I don't know where I'm going to head now. Well, actually, no, I do. I thought, let's go on the big wheel and get some epic views of Zadra and the rest of the park as well. And here we go, the big wheel, the wonder wheel actually. God, I'm gonna get some brilliant views. The weather is just fantastic today. And here we go, I'm in the wonder wheel. Look at these views. We've got a Vekoma SLC over there, Mayan. I'm gonna get on that later. It's gonna be a pretty rough ride, is what I'm expecting. Look at Hyperion back there, the Intamin Hypercoaster. Yeah, that looks brilliant. I mean, just the amount of attractions they've got in this park is insane. It's literally, I mean, it has 19 roller coasters. Not all of them are that intense, so it's probably more quantity over quality. But if you're coming here with a family, it's really fantastic, and you've got stuff for the thrill seekers and loads for the kids. So yeah, it's a really good park to go to with the family. Let me turn around and look at that view of Zadra. Oh my gosh, it is a really good RMC. I mean, I've only been on 3. I've been on Still Vengeance, which is still definitely my favourite roller coaster in the world. It's just full of airtime. I've been on Iron Gwazi, as I previously mentioned, in Florida. That is just so much fun as well. Iron Gwazi was my first. I definitely need to ride Iron Gwazi again in the future, so I do look forward to doing that. Oh, look at that beast. Yeah, I think, where do I place Zadra? I'm going to have to go on it more to fully rank it against the 3 RMCs I've done. Right, I've made my way to Formula now. This was the first major thrill coaster here at Energylandia. It's a Vekoma launch coaster. It looks to have a pretty snappy launch, but it's not too long of a layout, so I'll let you know what I think. I've just got off Formula, and that was another really good Vekoma. This park's full of Vekomas, and yeah, they're pretty solid rides. The restraints were exactly the same as they were on Abyssus, and so I mean, they were comfortable, but the vest restraints, get rid of them, you don't need them. It's a really good solid coaster. Yeah, it is a bit short, but what it packs into that layout is just good fun. I mean, it's pretty intense at the bottom of that loop there. Yeah, it's a good fun ride. Oh gosh, so here we go. So this is Mayan. This will be my 3rd Vekoma SLC. I've heard, like with the others, this is also a really rough ride. Right, I've just entered the Mayan station here, and I forgot to mention, look at this. They've got vest restraints, so it's not the usual bulky over-the-shoulder restraints, which hopefully should make the ride experience a bit more comfortable, but who knows? It is an SLC at the end of the day. I've just got off Mayan, my 3rd SLC ever, and I'm going to be honest, that actually wasn't as bad as I was expecting. So I'd forgotten that they'd added vest restraints onto this train. So normal SLCs, the ones I've done, Infusion at Blackpool Pleasure Beach and Flight Deck at Canada's Wonderland, they have really bulky over the shoulder restraints, and your head really bashes into them, really hurting your ears. This though, yeah, it was really quite janky, but it wasn't that unbearable. However, keep in mind, I sat on the front row, and the front row is always the least intense because you're not whipped around the elements. So yeah, I'd highly recommend sitting on the front, because even though the park's been open for like 5 hours and it's a really hot day, so this thing will have really warmed up, so it should technically be the most rough. It was still a perfectly, well, not perfectly, but yeah, it was a bearable experience, and believe it or not, I wouldn't not go on this again. I'm just entering the queue line for Viking roller coaster. It's a wild mouse that spins. It's a credit, so a credit's a credit. Okay, I've just got off Viking, and that was the roughest ride I've done all day. Holy cow, that thing's trying to kill you. They've got the bulkiest over the shoulder restraints I've ever seen, and yeah, it really throws you about. I mean, it's kind of fun if you can take the roughness, but that is definitely a one and done for me. After riding a really rough coaster, I thought, you know what, let's go over to a nice smooth Vekoma. So yeah, this is yet another Vekoma boomerang in this park. I mean, that's just crazy, isn't it? So this one opened in 2017, and yeah, it's a family coaster, so I'll let you know how it rides. Okay, I've just come off that Vekoma boomerang, and look, it was lovely and smooth, as to be expected, but I actually get a little bit of motion sickness on the backwards section. Yeah, and I didn't mention that before, but I got it on the other boomerang over in Atlantis. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, that, because it's definitely not that intense, but yeah, the backwards motion, I don't know what it is about it, but it just made me feel a little bit icky. But anyway, the queue times at Energylandia today have just been fantastic. There's been barely any queues. Like, this was a walk-on, Viking was a walk-on before. And yeah, so I've picked a really good day to come. I'm here at early July. You're probably seeing this mid or later July. So yeah, maybe early July is a good time to come to beat the queues. One of the things within Energylandia is they've got a locker system. So you pay, I think about £3 it comes to rent a locker for the whole day. You get a wristband. And most of the coasters that need you to put your items into a locker will have them in the queue line. So you can put your stuff away in the locker. It's really helpful. When you exit out, you come round and pick your stuff up on the other side. I've made my way to the RMF Dragon coaster, which is a standard family coaster by Vekoma, yet another Vekoma in Energylandia. This is like their inverted coasters. I mean, I guess it's the successor to the SLC, these, and these are a lot less intense. Well, I've just come off RMF Dragon, and that was a pretty good ride. I managed to get the back row, so you get whipped down that first drop. That first drop is actually pretty steep there. And yeah, it had a bit of whip on the back row. It's got a bit of force, this ride, but it's definitely not too forceful. I must say though, The seats on this were really comfortable. You didn't have those rest restraints which most of the Vekoma, the more major Vekoma coasters here have. Yeah, this only had that lap bar, and the lap bar was really comfortable and the seats were really comfortable. So yeah, they need to get rid of the rest restraints on the other coasters here, and that will make them that much better. But no, this is a fun ride, and someone getting into bigger coasters as well, this is a nice stepping stone for them, I'd say, for sure. I've been boiling hot all day, but I think it's time to get on a water ride to cool me down. Its speed, it's 164 feet tall. You actually can't see it in that shot, that's not very good of me. There you go, it's that massive tall coaster there. It's built by Intamin, it's one of their water coasters, and it's got a really cool lift hill where a boat goes up while the other side of the track comes down. Yeah, really cool. And yeah, I'll let you know how it rides. Well, if you can't tell by the glasses, I've just come off speed. Yeah, I got pretty wet on that. It was actually it wasn't the first drop that got you the most wet. It's actually the second drop that gets you a little bit soaked. So be prepared for that if you're riding this. So the first drop, it looks pretty menacing, but in reality, it feels a little bit shallow. The angle it takes it. So no real air time really. It's also pretty rough. Like it's not the smoothest thing, but I mean it's a fun ride, and I had a good laugh on it as well, getting pretty wet. And I've just got off Happy Loops, which is a SBF Visa spinning coaster. I did one of these in the Waldemere vlog. Probably the worst coaster I've been on all day, but it's yet another one that are great for the kids. So yeah, it's got a bit more than a figure of 8 on this one, so it's a bit more of an extended layout. But I don't know where I'm going to head now. I mean, I am heading in the direction of Hyperion because I've not been on that all day, so definitely want to get over there and get on that soon. I'm currently walking past Smezrzejek, and I'm going to head on Hyperion now. I mean, how exciting! An Intamin Hypercoaster. Oh, and this thing's taller than Hyperion back home at Thorpe Park as well. And it's sponsored by Pepsi. I'm a big Pepsi fan. This thing is 269 feet tall. Or at least that's the height of its first drop. It's got a max speed of 88 miles per hour. And the max G-force on this is 4.8 Gs. It's got one inversion. Oh, it looks fantastic at the entrance. Unfortunately, after coming off of Hyperion and giving my detailed review of it, There was copyrighted music playing throughout the duration of my review, so I'm having to refilm my review here at home, but now I can give you my final verdict on it because by now I have ridden Hyperion 17 times. I went back to Energylandia the day after and I just kept re-riding it. I did not think that Hyperion could rival Zadra for the #1 spot in the park, but after riding it, I can confirm Hyperion is my favourite roller coaster at Energylandia. Now, what was my favourite parts of the ride? Well, that first drop has to be the best first drop I have ever experienced on a roller coaster in my life, and that is saying a hell of a lot considering I have been to Cedar Point and ridden the likes of Top Thrill 2, Millennium Force, Maverick. I've obviously ridden Hyperion at Thorpe Park. I've ridden a B&M Giga at Canada's Wonderland with Leviathan, which had a 306 feet drop. And despite all that, the best drop I have ever experienced on a coaster would definitely have to be on Hyperion. What made it so special? Well, my favourite seat on that ride was on the back row on the far left seat, and sitting on the back with the incredible Intamin lap bar. Honestly, the Intamin lap bars are so freeing, and the seats themselves are very open. You've got a lot of space around you, and going down that first drop, you get sustained ejector airtime. It feels like it goes on forever. It is amazing, especially on that back row. So you go down that drop into that tunnel, and then you enter an airtime hill, which once again delivers great ejector airtime. And then, oh my gosh, you enter this brilliant turnaround element, and sitting on one of the far left or the far right seats, you're completely whipped out of your seat. It is incredible. Once another moment of ejector. At the bottom of that drop, you've got a twist to the left, which throws you out of your seat. And then another airtime hill, which gives good floater airtime. And then after that, you enter the low down elements, which are much closer to the ground. You get a good little pop of airtime. You get another moment where you're thrown out of your seat to the side. Now, I had heard that Hyperion was a little bit rough going into this, and I can confirm you mostly feel the roughness at those low to the ground moments. But honestly, it really didn't take away from it. I would not call Hyperion a rough ride whatsoever. It was so much fun. You then enter a little airtime hill to end the ride with a splashdown, and what a way to end the ride as well. I mean, honestly, the layout is nice and long. It's full of airtime, it's full of ejector airtime. That turnaround section, when you're sitting on the outer left seat, you're completely whipped out your seat, and it's one of the best elements on the ride. I absolutely love it. So if you're going to Energylandia and you're riding Hyperion, you have to check it out on that far left back row seat. Absolutely amazing. And I really wasn't expecting to ride Hyperion and think it would be better than Zadra, but Hyperion is my favourite ride in the park. I think it's just the really comfortable restraints really allows you to appreciate that ejector airtime just that little bit more than on Zadra. Hyperion is an absolute elite. It's a phenomenal coaster. I absolutely love it. From one extreme coaster to the other, I'm here and I'm going to finally ride Energylandia. And yeah, I mean, this looks like just a standard sort of family coaster again, but a credit's a credit, so it's got to be done. This entire time I've been pronouncing it Energylandia, but the ride is actually called Energylandia. That's the sponsor. Okay, I've just got off Energylandia. It was yet another Vekoma family coaster, junior coaster actually. There's loads of these around the world. But yeah, once again, it's another great one for the kids. It's good that I've ticked it off the list. It's also a 2-lap special, so you get to go round twice. Yeah, and it's right at the entrance, so I'm sure on busy days this gets a long line. with the families. But yeah, they got loads of them around the world, so nothing too special. Okay, having just been on Energys, I have decided I'm going to try and complete the park now for all the roller coasters. So I think I've got enough time. I've got 2 hours, well, nearly 2 hours, an hour and 50 minutes. So I've got to get on, yeah, Fruity Loop coaster, which is another kiddie coaster. Well, that was, I think, my first ever wacky worm by the SBF Visa. And that was the most mild roller coaster I've ever ridden. Very, very chill. You've got some fantastic pops of airtime here. There's like a tiny little couple hills there. Yeah, this is great for the very young kids. As it could easily be their first coaster, this one. The remaining credits I need to get now, I think, is Honey Harbour is one. Circus Coaster is another. And Mars. Here we go, this is the Mars coaster. Look at the theming on this, wow! Those aliens look fantastic. Blimey. Look at those guys. I'm in for a thrilling ride on this one, I think. I've just got off Mars, and you're really thrown side to side when you're sitting on your own, which means, I guess, if you're riding with a child, which I'm sure most people will be, you're going to be like crushing them, or at least if you're like my weight. Yeah, I mean, the theming's brilliant on it though. All the aliens, yeah, I think they look fantastic. Right, I'm going over to do the Circus Coaster now, I think it's called, which is literally right next to it. Oh my gosh, this is even smaller. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's that. Yeah, no, this will be the smallest coaster I will have ever ridden. Oh my gosh. Wow, that's it. That's all it is. But it's got to be done. Okay, having just ridden the Circus Coaster, I was making my way to Zadra, but I thought I'd try out their only dark ride they've got here, Monster House. I haven't heard anything particularly good about this one, but I'll let you know how it goes. Well, that was the worst dark ride I've ever done. Literally just a warehouse full of just aliens. I don't really know what that was, to be honest, but yeah, it wasn't great. I'm back under the tunnel, passing under the road to enter the newer expansion area where Zadra is, and I'm going to head over to do my last credit that I need. I really wasn't expecting to be able to complete the park in terms of roller coasters in a single day, but it's been so quiet today. There's literally not been any queues. We've only really had to queue for the major coasters, really, and even them were really quite quiet. The longest queue we waited in was 30 minutes, and that was at Zadra when they were adding a new train on to improve throughput. So yeah, it's been really good today. I'm going to head over to Honey Harbour now, which is the last roller coaster I need to get on. I think it's quite a good idea that I've done most of the kiddie credits towards the end of the day, because I think a lot of families will have exited the park now it's later in the day. And that was yet another Vekoma junior coaster, and it was brilliant. Really, really smooth. Yeah, they got so many in this park, it's insane. But now I have completed all the roller coasters in Energylandia. 19 new credits for me, which is just insane. I'm going to head over to do Abyssus now, which is just over there, and then finish the day on Zadra. And I've just got off my second ride on Abyssus of the day. That thing's warmed up lovely. I sat on the back row, so I got whipped through the elements. Once again, a really smooth ride because it's Vekoma. Yeah, I'd say the most intense part of Abyssus is exiting the vertical loop where you sort of bank left. I got a bit of grey out there. I don't know whether it's because I'm slightly dehydrated due to the intense heat. Yeah, it's a really good ride. It just needs no vest restraints, and there's also a trim brake on the top hat. I mean, I know it has to be there. That's why they put these trims in, so they don't overspeed through the layout. But it would be great if they'd have designed the layout so it wouldn't need that trim brake, because it does ruin that drop a bit. But no, it's a really good ride. But of course, I'm heading to Zadra. Not ridden it for a while now. I'm looking forward to this. This thing will have really warmed up, so it will be at its best. Yeah, I'm really excited. Here we go, Zadra, for the last rides of the day. So if you've watched any other Energylandia vlogs from other channels, you will have heard that the queue line is apparently massive. It is pretty long. You will find at the major coasters here, well, Hyperion and Zadra, they've got a lot of these steps. So you will be climbing a lot of flights on your trip here to Energylandia. Do come. You will definitely be walking a lot as well. Oh, look at that. What a beauty. And this is what I mean about the long queue. So when this gate is open, allows us to skip out a massive queue back there, but it's still a pretty long walk, to be honest. Am I going to make it? I've got 4 minutes. I don't know what their policy's like, where they close the queue. It should be at the entrance of the queue, so. Oh, can't believe I'm running in this heat. It's 28 degrees. Oh, at least there's a lot of shade now. Oh, yeah, I think I've made it. When I pulled back into the station just then, there was my row was empty. So in many parks, when your row's empty of people that are about to get on, when there's no one there, you can usually stay seated and get a re-ride in. Sadly, they refused it here. So clearly they don't allow re-rides at Energylandia from my experience today, which is a shame, especially when the queues are pretty long. I've now got to go down here, but it's all right. Should get on again, and that's all that matters, isn't it? I'm getting a bit nervous because I've got 1 minute until park close, and like I said, I've not been to Energylandia before, so I don't know where they close the queue line. Wouldn't it be devastating if I got to the end of this massive queue and I wasn't able to get on it.
Drodzy goście, informujemy, że atrakcja, z której chcesz
he's walking, so
ze względów bezpieczeństwa przeznaczona jest dla osób od 140 cm.
Oh, one of the annoying things is, earlier in the vlog, you might remember me saying seeing the transfer track where they added a new train to Zadra. So it was a two train service, which which is much better for operations, makes the queue go much faster. Very strangely, they've now taken it off. So, yeah, I mean, why not just keep it on to make the queues go down even faster at the end of the day? Questionable operations or not, this doesn't matter because this coaster is absolutely world class. It really is. Here we go. This is it, my final ride of the day. It's back row free, it certainly is. That's where I'm heading first. Well, should I say, that's where I'm heading last. Oh, I've really had a fantastic day today. Oh, the coasters they've got here, they've got two world-class coasters in Hyperion and Zadra. And yeah, this is one of the best coasters I've ever been on in my life. It's absolutely incredible. And there we have it, my last ride on Zadra of the day. And what a ride that was. Wow, that was a back row ride. I sat on the left. Yeah, I've done loads of back row rides on Zadra. I think it's probably one of the best rows, usually is on coasters. This thing is just incredible. My favourite elements on it, I don't know if I have a favourite element, to be honest. Every single part of this ride is just brilliant in their own right. The first drop really whips you down, especially on the back. When you enter this turnaround here, you get some serious positive Gs, and I've greyed out several times. And then you enter this incredible 0G stall. You're literally just floating through it. Whereas on Hyperion at Thorpe Park, you're getting hang time. So I quite like the floaty sensation you get there on Zadra. You've got, I think it's called a wave turn, where it completely flips the train 90 degrees sideways. You're completely ejected out of your seat. Yeah, and there's a few speedy hills, there's a sharp transition, and then a final floaty inversion, yet another one. It all works so well together, it really, really does. Another really good layout on an RMC. And this one was designed by Alan Schilke, the same guy that made Steel Vengeance and Iron Gwazi. So yeah, that guy is an absolute legend. I mean, the creations he's made are just absolutely fantastic. I think this beats Iron Gwazi at Busch Gardens Tampa, I really do. And that is my day here at Energylandia is now over. This has been a really good park. Oh. Well worth the trip this is. And it's really easy to get here from the UK. So if you're from the UK and you're into roller coasters, come to Energylandia. It is great fun, and yeah, it's Hyperion and Zadra alone are worth it to come here. Oh, it's been a really good day. Be sure to like the video if you did enjoy this one, and subscribe. Obviously I'm brand new here. Yeah, I love doing this. This is so much fun. Yeah, so my name is Max Grindon, and this has been Max G-Force. Thanks for watching.